Hey guys, what's up? This is Evol here, and today I'm gonna show you guys an updated deck profile for my Apple deck that I just been working on ever since the new year of 2017 has started. Now, you guys might have been wondering why am I showing you guys an updated version for Apples in the year of 2017, because clearly I'm not lying that this deck has pretty much come to a point where this deck is not playable. It's not even viable for me to play. This deck is, I'm gonna say it, this deck is still very slow, still quite inconsistent compared to the meta deck that is currently out right now, being Metaphors, Paleozoics, and within like weeks now, Zodiac is gonna come into play in the TCG meta game. But that's not gonna stop me from like making an updated deck profile for this deck, because this was my first ever Yu-Gi-Oh deck that I made for myself when I started to play this game. And if you ever made your like your own deck, and that deck for me has to be my Evos, you kind of like grow fond of the deck, because like I said, it's your first ever deck, and it kind of gets to you that feeling where you're not gonna ever throw away, keep up away, or just scrap over the deck so that you can play a different deck. Well, granted, I'm gonna play Zodiacs once a deck becomes legal here in the TCG, but that does not mean that I'm just gonna like trash away this deck or scrap it away, because this deck was my first ever meta competitive deck that I ever built when I started getting into this game. So yeah, this deck has a splash placed in my heart, and for that, ever since the new year has started, I've been trying very hard to make this deck like really effective way as possible, and this is the final version of my apples that I've been working on, and I think it might be the best way to like make, build, and play the deck currently right now. So yeah, without that being said, I'm just gonna get right down to the deck profile. So okay, I'm gonna zoom in the camera a little bit. Okay, now for the monsters, it's still the 3 Westlow, still the 2 Najashos, 3 Laticochos. When I started making this deck profile or even playing the deck, I began to like love and more this card like, a whole lot more compared to like back in the day, because right now I think opening this card is more important than opening up to a pit where you get to a vessel, because this card is sets up so many other plays like early on or as the game progresses. Like this card is really powerful because it sets up single gallery plays later on. It also sets up for instant plays early on, which I do play triple copies of in this deck profile. So yeah, this card is like really good now. So yeah, those are for the avatars. Not for the avatar, there's the 5. 3 Volcano, because Volcano plays are like really good still, because every time you resolve this card's effect, it gives you a Lagia or a Doka or a rank 4 player. Like this card's still very good. 2 Serratos now, because I don't really like the Diplo effect now, because she already can like clear away back row, but compared to a Serrato, Diplo is like lackluster, so I took out the Diplo away and then put in a second Serrato in the deck. And if I like worst case scenario, this is a 19 beater, and if this card is special summon through your Evo tile, it becomes a 20 beater that also searches for your Evo tiles from your deck, so you can set up for your future plays. Yeah, I think this card is by far definitely better than Diplo in the deck now. So yeah, 2 Serratos for that. I put in a new 4-card engine in the deck this time around, and there is a speed rate engine in the form of 3 Teratop and 1 Talking Tomborg. Evos currently now, they lack a strong opening boards compared to like a lot of that is currently being played. And playing the Speeder engine in this deck is actually really, really good in the deck because if you have a lot of culture Evol boards and the Terra Top in hand, you can split summon the Terra Top, such a Taki Tambor, spread the summon edge, and then make a Totem Bird, and then you summon your lot of cultures from your hand, mill an Evolution from your deck, Evil force a lot of culture away, and then from there you just make an Evolution by summoning on Volcano from your deck, and that play right there, especially on with back row, is like very, very good because that play right there gives you a Logia, Orodoka, and the Totem Bird backed up by a couple of back row. Like that play right there is very, very good early on, or put this deck's opening play. So yeah, I like the Spiral engine in the deck. Sure, it sounds a little weird and odd, but I like it in the deck. So yeah, those are the monsters. Not for the spells is like really nothing out of the ordinary. 3 diversity, 3 evil force, 3 instant vision. This card is like really, really good. Like I said, this card combos well with Latakusha because if you have Latakusha and this card in your hand, that gives you a rank 4 player right there. And if you have evil force, that gives you a rank 4 play and an evil orb on the board. So yeah, this card is like really, really good. 2 Twin Twister to clear up aggro, and Regaki and 1 Bukobi Eclipse. These are there to like board wipe your opponent because these are basically like board wipe because Bukobi Eclipse does what Regaki does, but he doesn't get rid of a monster, and Regaki is just there to like clear away threats because this deck I find myself that this deck has had trouble getting over a monster that's bigger than Logia, and Logia's attack isn't very, very, very big. It has 2400 attack, and this 2 guys take care of that. So yeah, those are the spells. Yes, I'm not playing part of Duality in the deck anymore because for this deck profile, I want this deck to go up as early as possible. Yes, this deck less contingency. Yes, I know this, but for this updated deck profile, I want this deck to go up as early as turn 1. Yes, part of Duality fixes some contingency issues, but if you have a Duality and some power plays early on, and then you open up a Duality, you cannot go up on the turn. So yeah, I took up Dualities out, so for some power plays that you can do with this, like the Speeder engine, which I quite beginning to like in this deck. Now for the traps is literally the best traps that you can play in this deck, which are 3 Sengagility. I don't know how to like explain this card. Like the fact that you can make an Evol during your opponent's turn with this card is like really, really good. 3 strike. If you have an Evol and then you have this strike as backup, you pretty much win. And 3D barrier. I feel like this card shouldn't even been made. Like this card is like very, very good. Spoiler alert, this card is good against Zodiacs as well because when you go first and then you have this card face down, and when your opponent turn comes around, you just flip this and card XYZ. Like this card is like really, really good now, and when the Zodiacs came into play in the TCG, like this card is very, very broken. 1 bottom lane because I still like the card, and 1 Bendy's Emptiness because this way Logia is pretty much game. So yeah, that is a main deck. It's a 41 card main. Not for the extra deck. I am finally playing 3 Logia now. I feel like as the format progresses, the need of having a 3rd Logia in the extra deck in this deck has become very, very important right now because majority of the time I went to 2 Logias in game 1 and 2, and when game 3 comes around, I feel like a 3rd Logia is needed for the deck so that you can like keep control the game as the game progresses, or if the game progresses like too long. So yeah, I really like the idea of having a 3rd Logia in the extra deck. 2 Doka cards still very, very good. One soda for like rogue deaths, because this card cannot be destroyed by card effects as long as it has material on it, and the effect to like destroy special summon monster is like really good too. So it's subpar if you compare this to Logia, but this card is still good against Pendulum matchups because your opponent tried to Pendulum summon while you have this card on the board. You can just destroy the Pendulum summon monsters so you can stop your opponent's power plants from there. So yeah, I still really like Soda effect, and I think it is still needed. One order for instant plays. This guy's like very good in the deck still. One king of the Pharaoh Lamb. This is the ideal rank 4 monster that I usually go into because this card it searches your Evol tile so you can set up for your next turn or later on. This guy's an absolute skip point in this deck. One Dark Emerald to recycle stuff. Diamond Giant to bear up back row. One Dweller against water, and I still very like the card. One Castel because card's still very good, and some rank 3s in case Radical Charge and Wessels stay on the board in the form of Break Sword, Grand Pulse. This is ultimate rare, OP, and the Totem Bird for the Terra Takedown play. Alright, so yeah, that pretty much wraps up my Evol deck profile that I made for 2017. I still feel like this deck is still like very fun to play. Sure, it's not as good and perfect compared to like back in the day, but I still think this is a fun deck for me to play. Sure, it's not a good deck to play in the meta currently right now, but I still think it's a fun deck to play at like locals or something. Yeah, so yeah, that pretty much wraps up my Evol deck profile for the year of 2017, and this is Evol signing out. Peace out, guys. Peace out.